Okay, there's one place they could have come from, most reasonably, and that place would be very nearby. Interesting. So it doesn't make a whole deal of sense. The place I'm thinking of is obviously the place, the luck doll I have thought about. What about those stupid fire extinguishers? I mean, they're marked as crafting material, so I don't know. Are you supposed to do something about them? Are they? Can you pick them up? Will you go through the entire map again to pick up all the fire extinguishers? Don't you dare. Now creep away. Without raising much suspicion. Who do I go for next? The guy over there or the woman? Yeah, the woman, she'll make a nice victim. How have I unleashed them exactly? There's quite a few of them. Look, it's relatively simple. The moment she turns around, I could hypothetically leapfrog to that box, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary. The moment she turns around, I just go for her using the Predator trait, and that's gonna be it. That's all she wrote. Will you spot me? Can you see me, old buddy, old pal with the axe? Oh, there you are. I'm in cover now, so you shouldn't be able to see me in principle. Get frustrated and leave, please. Oh, he's so angry! So angry! He had me and he lost me. Will he keep on turning around? Will he stay there and face one side? I don't know. Sebastian, unglue yourself from the wall, please. I know, there's another one right there. I'll get to him momentarily. I got so much ammo, and what am I doing with it? What am I doing with it? Nothing. Nothing. I'm just going for stealth kills. As always. I love those stealth kills. Hey there, buddy. What a day, huh? If he doesn't turn around, I'm gonna have a rough time dealing with him. He's facing the exact wrong way. It's not like I can go around him. I have the axe. Did one of them have the axe as well? You know, I can just blow his head off. Or I can drag him in and try to hide. That's also a possibility. Yeah, let's just collect the other axe. Hey, buddy. Hey, hey. Sorry, I just didn't have the patience for you. Okay, so there goes your head, and I get another axe in return. Seems like a good deal to me. Corner checked. Other corner also checked. other corner, believe it or not, also checked. Scoop this up. 13,374. I think I can buy something. Something substantial. Even more stamina, perhaps. Check. Yeah. Corners. You know, this is a door. It has never been accessible, but it's there. Just menacingly. How much are you willing to bet that something will spring forth from it? Running at me. Trying to unnerve me. And succeeding. But once again, this is the best part. The game doesn't have to do anything particularly horrible to me. To play competently, I have to be... Oh, it's that they requires 2 backstabs, isn't it? To play competently, you need to be paranoid to some extent. So all they need to do is give you something that'll make you suspicious. And the moment that happens, well, your imagination will take care of everything else. Once I get through the, I'm basically home free. Will I be able to disengage? Because the first backstab always fails on these things. The moment she turns around, I'm going for it. I'm going for her. That's not turning around, lady. You're going my way. You know, they call them these things. So I guess under certain circumstances I could say, oh, things are not going my way. Well, over here it's the exact opposite, I think. Things are going my way. If she is one of those things, then she is going my way. Don't get flipped around. I swear to God, don't get flipped around. Yeah, they're not gonna chase you so far. I mean, this far. It's not like I'm saying, well, so far they're not gonna chase you. No, they're gonna chase you. They're gonna chase you. It's just that once you get beyond a certain distance, they won't. As long as it doesn't break your immersion to a certain extent, I believe this is the level of understanding and the type of thinking that is necessary to actually properly engage with a video game, right? You gotta know this. You gotta have a concept that they are leashed to an extent, that they come back and you intuitively grasp it. Possibly without... You shouldn't necessarily break them down to the polygon level, but yeah. You should have some understanding, I guess. It's not necessarily completely validated by the in-game fiction. Well, it's kind of validated by the in-game fiction, whatever. Oh, no, no, let's go for it. If you wait too long, it doesn't work out, so there's that. But then again, the only downside to playing it safe is that it takes a while longer. But still, I wasn't interested in letting her... Oh no. Sykes, if I've... safe rooms are supposed to be safe. I presume they are. But there's a sliver of a chance, there's a possibility, I have failed to consider, that maybe, just maybe, what I have done has effectively killed the psychologist lady. I sincerely hope not, and I think I would reload if that were to happen. Losing all that progress, never getting those resources, but I'm not letting her die. No way. Nothing to the right, nothing to the left, huh? If this lifts up, I am not gonna be a happy camper. Nothing to the right, nothing to the left, nothing forward. No, this isn't accessible, this is the way. The door remains locked. Curious. Most peculiar, okay. Come on, be alive, be fine, please. This door was locked anyway, right? Under key, under lock and key. Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I was getting worried. Hi.
By the way.
Oh. I'm delighted. All right, all right. She's fine, she's gonna be fine. I expected her to be fine because it would break a promise this game has essentially informally made to us. But at the same time, at the same time, even though it sounds like virtual signaling, it's also genuinely how I feel, so there's that. I don't think I necessarily even need to justify it, do I? I genuinely, as much as possible, try to do the right thing. So... so no. It's not like it's so utterly unbelievable that I would. It's not like anyone should be shocked that I'll choose to help people or keep them alive, and that I'm willing to go to great lengths and I'm willing to make reasonably huge sacrifices in order to accomplish that. I think that's fairly well understood, and if it isn't, oh my goodness, then that's just the fault of me not making myself clear enough. Not doing enough PR. I think we should get those precious upgrades. I wonder, will Tatiana have anything to tell me? I don't have enough weapon parts, but I certainly have enough gel. My goodness, look at that amount of gel. I could certainly save up even more.
Welcome back, Detective.
Hello. I need to find more statues.
You seem more at ease, Detective. You've found a possible ally in this dangerous world.
We've already had this conversation.
Not sure about that. I never know who to trust in here. Present company included.
A shame. After all we've been through together. Isolation and distrust aren't symptoms of mental illness, but they are unfortunate byproducts of it. Closing yourself off from others does nothing but agitate your condition. You are human. You require connection the way a plant requires light.
The only connection I require right now is to your machine. I've still got a long road ahead of me.
There's nothing wrong with being cautious, but you can't avoid fighting forever. Maybe you should think about adding some combat skills.
Well, I can spend a whopping 12k upgrading my endurance gauge to maximum. Or, instead, I can get better stamina recovery from 130% to a whopping 170%. Recovering stamina faster is also important. What else could I possibly desire? What else do I require? This is 75,000. I guess if you're playing this game a certain way, if that's what you really want, presumably you're just going to collect green gel, kill everything in your way, and straightforwardly build yourself all the way up to this point. That's it. Just get this, that, this, and then get synaptic focus, at which point you're, basically playing Max Payne. It can be done. But why? Well, you know, if you get New Game Plus, presumably this is the way to go. Here, have a lot of green gel. Just upgrade synaptic focus and play the game differently. Not gonna happen. I could hypothetically try to get 20k and then unlock Bullet Cascade. Now that is an interesting prospect. Granted, it would require me to have a lot of ammo, quite possibly for the handgun, and then use up that ammo, dealing increasingly more damage with every single hitting bullet, and for a limited amount of time. It can be done. I need about 5.5k green gel, which is perfectly possible to get. So, do I want the short-term gratification of upgrading my athleticism and being able to run a bit faster, or being able to run again a bit sooner, or would I rather wait for Bullet Cascade? I think I'll wait for Bullet Cascade, although it doesn't sound particularly smart, does it? I got absolutely no upgrades to my health whatsoever, though I kinda stand by that. If I get caught and mauled, I think I deserve to die. Hypothetically, I could just invest in this tree. This sounds terrible, though. Absolutely... Yeah, absolutely horrible. But then again, if you're upgrading nothing here, why aren't you playing on the highest difficulty level? Well, you basically die every single time you receive any damage whatsoever. Why would you take that? I mean, why would you not take that? You might as well, if you're gonna play like that, you might as well play that. But I'm not. I guess I want to make it a bit easier on myself. Possibly let myself get mauled from time to time. Though since I have unlocked Bottle Break, that's not gonna happen anyway. I'm still not really letting Bottle Break happen. I feel bad every single time I use up those stupid bottles. I feel like I should never get caught. If I get caught, it's an abysmal failure. I will invest in Bullet Cascade soon enough. I'm going with that. I'm going for that. But enough of that nonsense. I'll probably find some green gel in those crates scattered around. For all I know. There's one right up there on the roof. And might have been another one elsewhere. Presumably if I go to Sykes, he's just gonna mark them on my map. We shall see. There's another distinct possibility. Maybe by doing this, I have unlocked the crates, but I've also released more of the Haunted. Doesn't sound like it. I don't hear more of the Haunted. Don't see him either. They could still be there though. What about this? Is this unlocked? Because I have noted that it's not a digital lock. It's not something you can hack. But then again, this is a digital place. So hypothetically, you could use a computer to unlock a regular door and there would be nothing particularly shocking about that notion. One particularly gruesome and horrifying possibility is all of those clumps of bodies suddenly spawning guardians. That would be terrifying. And it would make perfect logical sense. That's why they haven't piled up to begin with, and I have no way of setting them ablaze. Once again, let me remind you that growl is the eye in the sky. It's the camera. Let's go to Sykes. Quite a few of these have been overturned. Interesting. Yeah, we're not going there. We're gonna pretend that what's happening to the road is a glitch that is ultimately diegetic. You know, if it is a dark and stormy night, at the very least that means that that the environmental simulation hasn't completely broken down over here. After all, the sky was missing in places where it did. So at least there's that. The sky is kind of missing over here, but we still have some birds and some clouds. So it's not all gone and done. So angry. Something might best out here. Keep on desperately trying to determine whether the noises I'm hearing are actually down to that thing growling, my footsteps, or possibly something in the environment that will soon enough try to kill me. Desperately trying to assess the threats. Every bit of red is a potential threat. Every bit of red. Westin! Come on! Wrong side of the road! You're heading back to the diner, what are you doing? Yeah, obviously this is the hideout. I'm just revisiting familiar places, but this... Bugger off, Yeah, this is the safe house. This is supposedly something I've already seen. This is a place I have already been to. Let's get in. Right, Sykes. I haven't checked the physical doll. Whatever, I'll be...
I knew you'd make it back.
Of course I did. Wouldn't have had it any other way, quite frankly. I'm glad you had faith in me. 50 weapon parts. 25 weapon parts, okay, now that's great. Silenced and gone. Silenced, but still deadly. This semi-automatic pistol has been equipped with a sound suppressor, which reduces gunfire noises, but also reduces damage. If used carefully, single enemies can be lured away from groups. I get it. You tap one of them on the noggin and they figure, my goodness, I have received damage. Let me seek out the source of this intrusion. No. The source of this intrusion into my cranium. No, that's not how I operate. Come on. I like stealth kills. Most of the time, if I'm in that sort of a... if I have a clump of haunted and I want to dispatch all of them, what do I do? What do I actually do? What will I say that I do, or at least believe I would do in that situation? Now, I believe that I would unleash the Cloud Bolt, have 12 seconds, and then slice and dice every single one of them to death with impunity because I've gotten all the upgrades. What I actually do is I lure them away one by one and slay them the old-fashioned way because that's what I got in the habit of doing. But that wasn't the plan. However, old habits die hard. I got into a rhythm of doing this, so obviously I haven't adapted because it keeps working. But no, if I see a huge clump of them, if I have no other choice, that's one thing. Yeah, then I absolutely ought to do it. If there's no way of luring them away. Even though at this stage, I still do it even if there's basically no way of luring them away. I just run away, hide in a bush, then they'll kind of lure away, 2 or 3 of them run after me, then I try to kill them, alerting others, etc., etc. The process repeats, and I can always kinda lure some of them, then slice them with stealth kills, disengage, slice, disengage. But what I should do is actually use the stupid smoke bolts. So let's do that. Let's try to remember to use smoke bolts, okay? Select weapon from arsenal menu. I'm not switching. It's actually hard to switch that, my goodness. Cute, but no. Similarly, I could go for, you know, the burst handgun, but no, I think I'll go for the laser-sighted one. No, this has a small clip. Alright.
The server is online.
Yeah, I'm already in. I unlocked the supply containers just like I promised. See if you can open that one there.
I already did. Sykes, I already did. It's right there. You've seen me do it, I think.
Thanks again for helping me out. The hard part comes next.
What is the hard part?
Can you really do it? Get out of Union?
Like I said, I'm gonna give it my best shot. But there's a ton of data I gotta scrub through before I can even start. I just hope I can do it before this place turns into a pile of gravel and guts. It's gonna take me a while.
Those are very important questions. I understand that the technical details may be above Sebastian's head, but at the same time, what I'm interested in are practical implications. As in, what is this gonna look like from my perspective? Does a portal open up somewhere? What do we do? How do we get people out? That's what I wanna know. If you succeed, then what?
So what happens if you get out of Union?
If I can make it out of the Mobius building alive, first thing I'm gonna do is disable my damn chip.
Chip?
Yeah. Everybody in Mobius has got a subdermal chip in their head. Sort of like an RFID, but way more advanced. And I mean everybody. From the administrator all the way down to the guy who cleans the toilets.
And you submit to that willingly?
Company
Like
policy?
they say, membership has its privileges. That chip will open a lot of doors for you if you got one. The downside is, with that chip in place, they can make my life a living hell if they think I disobeyed them.
I guess you can worry about that if you make it out of here.
There's a slight problem. We've read the documents, and we know that if they proceed to phase 2 successfully, anyone on the planet who does not have a chip implanted is essentially gonna... Well, it's not like they're gonna be zombified. They will get drawn into the stem at its full capacity, and they'll have no awareness of that whatsoever. They'll have no idea what's going on. They will not be able to retain the memories, control over the situation, and so on. The only sort of people who will actually know what's happening and who will be in charge in any capacity are people with the chip. So it's a gamble. If he removes that, if he disables that, and they succeed, he's gonna have a rough time. Now, if he removes that and they fail, it might not matter. If they fail miserably and Mobius just, I don't know, goes bankrupt or something, then you don't have to do anything. They might seek you out of petty vengeance, but that's kind of pointless. Once again, if they're just culprit drones, and most of people out there are, when everything goes to hell, they're not gonna spend the resources trying to hunt down people who were not loyal and so on. It doesn't matter. It's business. It's not so, there shouldn't be some sort of a personal grudge over that. Of course, when it stops paying, no one's gonna work for them anyway, so who cares? If you're not hurting them in any personal capacity, if you don't actually build up bad karma with individuals, it doesn't matter. If, however, Phase 2 fails, but they still remain Mobius and continue to operate from behind the scenes in some capacity, having failed with one of the world domination plans but developing new ones, then I can see the benefits to that. So on the whole, it makes sense to disable the chip, I guess. Yeah, if they succeed with Phase 2, well, everyone's essentially in hell. Actually, no. If they succeed with Phase 2, there are benefits to keeping the chip. You can work from within the system to take it down at the very least. You have a level of power, you have all those privileges, it makes sense. So you only dismantle that stupid chip if you know they're gonna fail.
I might be interested in getting out of here too.
You're welcome to, but I'm not gonna wait around for you. I'm leaving here as soon as I find a way. Your best bet is to hang out here with me and wait until I figure this out.
No way. I'm not leaving this place without Lily.
Theoretically, if you find her, you'll restore this place and get yourself out.
I'd prefer to take Lily out the back door with me. Mobius just wants to plug her back into STEM.
Yes!
And God knows what they've got planned for me. If we could just get out when they're not looking.
Well, either way, I've got a lot of work to do. Otherwise, nobody's using the back door.
Let's pair up our communicators. Call me before you leave.
Yeah, okay. Good luck out there.
He's probably gonna succeed at some... Actually, I don't know why would I even speculate? But I'm really glad that Sebastian made all these points that I would have made myself. Saves me the trouble. I'm going to recapitulate them anyway. Yes, indeed. He wants to get out. I figure that if he saves the call, he's going to take it out anyway. The call is in control of basically everything. If she allows him and herself to get out of the system, they're out of the system. But everything is within mission parameters for Mobius. They've planned for this contingency. It's not gonna fly. The only way they can possibly make it out is if they try to bypass the system in cyber capacity. Although, it's all happening within company headquarters anyway. If you think about the physical layout of this entire endeavor and think outside of the reality within STEM, well then Lily is locked away inside of a vat. We still don't know whether she actually is an actual person plugged into the thing, or if they have just, left her as a brain in a jar. That's a distinct possibility. And then you're not gonna get her out. You haven't actually seen her body. It's perfectly viable that they've told him that, hey, you can save her out there. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Sebastian. All we have over here is the brain. So you're not gonna take her out of the facility. The only way she can live is within the STEM system. Sorry, dude. If that's the ending of the... I mean, it's a somewhat predictable ending, to an extent, yes. I'm already hurt by it. I sincerely hope that's not the way it turns out. I sincerely hope. But it would make perfect logical sense, in a way. Then again, if that was the case, either Kidman knows or she doesn't. If she does, well, then she's deceiving us to an extent, isn't she? Making her not trustworthy. So either she doesn't know, which I kind of doubt, because she was working with Lily, although I don't know how long, or that's not the case and Kidman is not deceiving. I'd like to believe that. But that doesn't mean it's true. But I'd like to believe that. So yes. Yes, physical layout, of course. Even if we get out via the back door, what exactly does that imply? No, seriously, we can't teleport in the physical realm. All we can do, at best, is Lily wakes up in the vat, and I wake up in something similar to a vat in that silly little STEM bathtub of theirs. Okay, but we're still in company headquarters, surrounded by plenty of people who are plenty hostile. They're not gonna be particularly enthused about our efforts over there. If Sebastian doesn't have his gun over there, I mean, they have security forces. They're incredibly powerful people. How exactly is he going to make his way out of there? I don't think it's gonna happen. If it is gonna happen, I guess they would need inside help to a large extent. What, Kidman possibly stepping up? I think that would be necessary. I'm not sure it would be enough. Now this guy is questioning the authority. There are quite a few people over here who take a very level-headed and sensible approach to the entire endeavor. That is, it's just a job for them. All right, yeah, they got the stupid chip, whatever. It opens plenty of doors. They have nice, comfortable lives. He's a software developer. Okay, so what? Yeah, he's got an implant. Big whoop. It's a nice, well-paying job. And he gets to work on really exciting projects that make a real-world impact. Now I'm thinking about the sorts of things presumably you're not supposed to think about. What does the code base look like for this project? My goodness. What sort of architecture are they using? What programming languages are they using? Do they have a lot of comments in the code? Is it neatly organized? What sort of paradigm are they operating under? So many interesting questions. Wait, what? This is down the street. Yes. And I just haven't searched the trash can. I've searched basically everything around this place, but not this particular thing. Oh, weapon parts. in the trash. Makes sense. Plus 10. Thank you, that was really late. Shut up, eyeball. I mean camera. Whoa! What? Why are you gazing sideways? What is that? Also, I didn't really get hurt now, did I? And even if that was just the tiniest of bits, but wow. That was kind of brutal. What is it, eyeball? Oh, I hate that. Well, yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of supposed to, I think. I really have my way of stating the obvious, don't I? Me and stating the obvious are best buddies. Oh! Wow, I guess hopping on rooftops will do that to a car, huh? That's what happened because of the Guardian. There's also some healing lying about, etc. Let's check the doll. Presumably it's inaccessible. Yeah. The good news is, of course, if I find any crates, they will have been unlocked by now. But I can't for the life of me remember if there were any locked ones earlier down the line. Is this emitting noxious fumes? I'm asking the right questions now, I think. What are the tendrils doing? Seriously, what are they doing? Are they poisoning this place? That was my early hypothesis, that what we are dealing with here isn't destruction but a simulation. That they're ultimately taking this place and changing it. I don't know how much I can trust this assumption, but there you go, it's an assumption. If you can you kick the fire hydrant open? That shouldn't work by any stretch of the imagination, but who knows in this reality. Yeah, and then electrify scores of them. I really should switch to this. And use it eventually, if necessary, of course. I will need to prepare that weapon, of course. I'll need to actually draw it in order to use it, but that's not a problem. I can switch to it leisurely. I should have an easy time doing that. So that's not a problem. Devil's Own tap room. Oh, right. I was desperately trying to figure out what on earth do you tap in this room then? No. A tap, as in like you get alcohol from a tap, I believe? That sort of tap room? Not like Magic the Gathering, I presume. A jukebox. Oh no, will we get another flashback over here? Last time I saw a jukebox. There are bottles here. Duh, you'd expect that. A document. Barkeep's journal, the final entry in this well-known journal. The tap room's been booming. Business is good. Lots of new faces in Union these days. They're arriving by the trainload, and they're thirsty. If it keeps up like this, I'll finally be able to afford some beer taps. It's called the tap room. You don't have beer on tap in the tap room? All of this has been false advertising. Damn it. How can it... You can give people anything in this damn place, yes, and you can also give them dreams. If they just gave this guy beer on tap, he wouldn't dream of having beer on tap eventually. This way, he still has goals in life. He still has stuff to accomplish. Yeah, and so do I, don't I? Pete complains about the crowds, but I say the more the merrier. It's always been cantankerous, but lately he's been acting extra weird. He sits there in his usual spot, giving new customers the stink eye and mumbling to himself. I would cut him off, but he's always been my best customer. Pete, huh? Well, I think Pete is well connected. Quite literally. I think he's one of the people who know what's going on. He's an insider, or shall I say an outsider. So someone who is conscious of the fact that ultimately they're plugged into STEM. Rather than just, you know, someone recruited and mind-wiped. Bottle, and here we have smoke powder, 1 unit. No transmissions nearby, curious. And what exactly do we have out back? Away to an alley? No, a back room of sorts. I don't like this place. I actually actively hate this place. Will we ever be able to... When will we... Send you the shotgun? Immediate threat. Something comes out through this. Through that. Through the wall. Yeah, good luck. An interesting metaphor, I guess? So is it effectively a marionette holding other marionettes? I hate this. Why would this be hanging here? What happened? What about... What's with the blood over here? There are no bodies here. What happened? If there's anything that is supposed to happen here, it's presumably gonna startle me, even though I expect it. Yes, because I have been rattled. Nothing? Why would there be a picture like that in the back room? It's a clear pane of glass. I should be able to leave. What? I just did. I really don't know what to make of it. Presumably there'll be some... I know exactly what to make of it. Remember the psychologist? She has told Sebastian in no uncertain terms that she thinks she's got an idea as far as the entire situation is concerned. She thinks that, well, there are very few ways you can actually affect this guy, Stefano. He's a psycho. His only weakness, as far as we can tell, is gonna be his vanity. The fact that he thinks so highly of himself. Well then, if that's the only thing we have to work on, we presumably should attack his art to attack him. Ultimately, this place, he's trying to reshape it in his own image to an extent. He's trying to create his art. Well then, if we mess with his art, which is, in principle, as in most circumstances, a lot easier than creating. It's much easier to destroy. If we begin tampering with it, ripping it apart, marking it, etc., just ruining it, that might really piss him off. As it would, of course. You spend a lot of time working on something. I don't care if you're a psycho or not. I don't care if you're narcissistic. You spend time building something and someone tears it down, you're probably gonna be upset. Saving. Oh, good. That makes me feel much safer. And there's that painting over there. It's probably Stefano's. And it will probably get a mission to go through every single place and destroy all of these, or at least tamper with them. That's my guess. Still haven't gone to that stupid theater. Presumably should have done that a while back. How was I not reloaded? Yeah, whatever. What? If they summon the Guardian, I'm gonna be upset. Shouldn't let them. Well, Weston, how about you bust out what you were supposed to bust out a while back and actually unleash the smoke? I know. Be knife.
If I can just get to the APC, everything will be okay. Shit. I'm trapped. Help!
I know.
Anybody hear me?
I know who that is. Once again, this is a resonance. In all likelihood, she's dead by now. Remember the guy holding out over here, one door away from safety? Well, he bled out, and he was figuring to, I don't have to, my goodness, I can just play that back, right? Residual memories. Waiting for Stevens.
Hurt bad. Where did that thing go? Damn it. Can't feel my hand. That thing nearly tore my arm off. Never gonna kill it with this pea shooter. Needs something bigger. I just need to get into that storage room outside the safe house. But Stevens has the key.
The key!
He'll come back with the key and the APC. I just need to stay alive. So tired. Just gonna rest here and wait for Stevens.
Listen, I've misunderstood this. I've misunderstood, and it's explicated quite clearly, isn't it? It's stated quite blatantly. I just need to get into that storage room outside the safe house. Not to the safe house. That's not the idea. That room, that outdoor thing that requires the key. That's probably what Stevens has the key to. That thing. The thing that requires the key. And from what he's saying, they have bigger guns over there. Now, presumably some gun, the final gun I'll ever get in this game. Something I've never seen. I don't know, a rocket launcher, something impressive. And that lady over there trapped, that's Stevens. So I don't know. I ultimately don't know what she would have done. I think if she had the ability to, had she busted out there, she would have gotten over to him, whoever he is, and she would have tried to save him. But she couldn't. She couldn't. She got trapped over here and she died, as oh so many of these guys did because they're mortal men. They basically, well, they had very little idea on what was happening around them because they're just regular Mobius operatives. They presumably didn't have much knowledge as far as the situation over back at Beacon. They were instructed as to all sorts of technical details over here, but, well, the situation, unfortunately, exceeded their wildest dreams and their worst nightmares. Yeah, once you go in that direction, I can absolutely nail you, and I will. Or, you know, you can turn back around, that's fine too. Down you go. And you got me another axe. How thoughtful of you. What did I get? Gunpowder, okay. I have a lot of gunpowder. Interesting. I should make use of it soon enough. There's a lot to search here. I think I would love to save before I try to get to Stevens. It's not necessarily because I think I might die, then I'm just sped out at the nearest checkpoint, which is not that far away. I mostly want to play through a given section well. If Stevens can be saved, I want to absolutely make sure that I do end up saving her. Stuff like that. I'm such a damn bleeding heart every single time. Oh, I want to do the right thing. Well. Well, well, well. I guess I do. But then again, when it's relatively easy, when you have the tools at your disposal and you just need to go a tiny bit out of your way, who on earth doesn't want to be the hero? Who on earth doesn't want to do the right thing? Most of the time when people don't do the right thing, well... No, there's usually a personal cost associated with it. There's some price to pay. Now, of course, there's a degree of triviality, and it can be more or less trivial, whatever, but still. If there's virtually no cost, then yeah, obviously, predictably enough, it's really cheap to want to do the right thing. And there's pretty much no cost. Hasn't there essentially been an experiment where people essentially gave up on this sort of approach because they, found out pretty much inevitably what they had to find out? Well, they tried to introduce a cost, namely they tried to do things this way, that you could do the right thing and then you would say, expend your resources and you'd get no reward whatsoever. Except for, knowing that you did the right thing. Sometimes you'd actually actively make things worse for you and such. And to no one's surprise, everyone hated that. And people weren't willing to do the right thing. Yeah, obviously. So most of the time when a video game offers you the opportunity to do the right thing, to do what's right, you're going to be wonderfully, magnificently rewarded for doing the right thing. But if that is the case, you don't need to be particularly Kantian to immediately stumble upon the question. Namely, is it really the right thing? Are you really doing the right thing because it is the right thing? Or is it perhaps that you're doing it because you know that every single time you do the right thing, you get rewarded handsomely? When push comes to shove, if you knew you'd get nothing out of it, or if you actually actively had to deprive yourselves of things, would you actually still do the right thing out of a sense of moral duty and obligation? Would you? That's a good question. I still believe you can do that, presumably. You can still put people through the paces. If my memory serves right, that was an experiment, one might say, that was attempted in the Ultima series of RPGs a long, long time ago. Of course, the best sort of scenario, well, it's a very perverse way of putting it, I guess, but and I haven't actually gotten to the title in question, I've just heard that this has been done, is when you're put in front of a choice where something feels like the good thing, the right thing to do, and, and then something else happens entirely. Oh, like when you're put in a situation where you can do the nice thing, and the nice thing isn't the good thing. That's absolutely brilliant. Be kind, help people. Okay, but if you do that, people are just gonna die. So what do? Do you do the nice thing? Or do you do the horrible thing that is nonetheless the right choice? I guess I'm touching on the notion of the aestheticization of ethics, where the right thing is conflated with the thing that looks nice, is polite, and is pretty. Yeah, come to think of it, if there's... How have I missed this? I guess I haven't been exploring this thoroughly. If there's any realm... We should burn these bodies. I should burn these bodies. What is this? No, presumably supposed to be entrails and such. Yeah, if there ever was a realm for the moral tests and speculation, it would be video games. It's the perfect place. There's very little human cost involved, and yet you can see how people react under given circumstances. Though, of course, woe be unto you if you assume that the sorts of things people do in video games will directly translate to what they would do in real life. Although, I would also say that I have an inkling this translates all too well. That's why I'm highly distrustful of the sorts of people who really like doing horrible things. You ordinarily might have the intuition that these are actually the best sorts of people. Because, you know, they're just playing around, they're perfectly innocent. I don't think so. But what do I know? Just an inkling. I would have to investigate close, and of course, every single circumstance. But oh God, is that Stevens? I'm so sorry. Oh! I'll go back and heal. I did. Don't look back and angle my ass. Look back and see how far the haunted is from you. I had so many opportunities, but I didn't want to waste any resources. I'm so greedy. $15. I need 20. Which means I still need plenty. Isn't this the APC? This is, I mean, oh, she was right though. She was so close. She almost made it. But yeah, obviously, once I got close, yeah, that thing got up. Should have been faster. I could have done it too. I could have done it. But I wasn't willing to admit this to myself. I wasn't willing to admit that I have failed as I have failed. Mysterious action figure. Okay, this much I do recognize. You feel like you've seen this before, but you can't quite put your finger on when or where that was. But at any rate, looks pretty cool, so you decide to keep it in your room. Fine, people, fine. Silly little Easter eggs. That's all fine and dandy. She's got something on her.
Help! Can anybody hear me? I'm trapped. Gotta get out of here. All I wanted was to find the APC and get the hell out of here. Help! Can anybody hear me? Oh God. I'm gonna die in STEM. It'll be like I never existed at all. Sorry, Lawson. Looks like I won't be back to pick you up with the APC after all.
She wanted to save him. She wanted to go back and save him. In her final dying thoughts, she figured she wouldn't be able to go back to Lawson and save him. But she wanted to, damn it. Obviously she didn't want to die herself, but she wanted to help. I'm sorry, Stevens. I'm so sorry, but it was a tragedy, and by finding these resonances, we see all the personal tragedies, all the people who have been affected by this madness. Storage room key found on a corpse in an alleyway. The small key opens the storage room near the Post Plus office. And yeah, I hear another Guardian, obviously. Guess what? If, I don't know this, but the simplest suspicion is that it's formed from all those corpses I've just said we should burn. Or more accurately, that we should have burned already. There you go, that's a huge pile of corpses. We're not gonna have a nice time. It's behind us, isn't it? Right there.
There's a key, there's a lock. Wonder where it could be.
Sebastian, you're a few steps behind me, so please keep up, boyo. Can there only ever be a single Guardian? Run. The rats! They form the Guardian. And I don't just mean the newspaper. Alright, there is an overturned canister of oil over there, so I can set it on fire. Yeah, if I am willing to trap myself over there, I can. There's this destination. I can open up with the key. I presumably should go there. And there's, of course, the save point, where I'm gonna save soon enough. But yes, there's a new Guardian on the map. It's a pity they only give me 3.5k for slaying one of these. But yeah, apparently it's the rats. You take a huge pile of corpses, then the rats swarm into it, then it rises into the Guardian. Forming that monstrosity. Are there any threats inside? Is there any evil within? Well, I have an axe. I'm not even full on health, so every single move I make over here is pretty risky. You take the axe out, does he rise? Okay, Mobius, do you have another weapon for me? That would be nice. What is that? What a wooden box? Oh, weapon parts. High-grade weapon parts. +1, so I have 3 now. And I can't really use them for much of anything. 30 weapon parts, that's quite a few, that's plenty. Smoke powder, great. What else have I left behind? Anything? Anything? Yeah, I can see those glowing things out there. It's a box of nails. 7 units of gunpowder, that's a lot. Weapon, is that a new weapon? Is this, I mean, they promised me heavy duty stuff. Give me a rocket launcher or something. A new shotgun. Full barrel shotgun. This medium range pump action shotgun has a long barrel, giving it a longer range to do damage.
Yeah, that's more like it.
I know how this game works, game. And how, pray tell, does the sawed-off shotgun work in comparison? What, you can load 4 shotgun shells into the sawed-off shotgun and that's it. Whereas for as far as the full barrel shotgun is concerned, you can only load 3? Really? That's the difference? No. No. I'm not ready for this. I don't even have full health. That's okay. These things, these things just kill you instantly anyway, so it's not a problem. That doesn't give me much comfort, though, as you might imagine. Look, I just want to go out and save.
Shit!
Well, what exactly am I supposed to do? It's not like I can hide anywhere effectively. Oh, crap. Maybe I was supposed to hide over there on the other side. Can she see me? Is this certain death? Ordinarily, I presume you would go over here rather than going over there. But I think what I did was even better. I went to the wrong place, so I was deeply convinced I could have gone here and saved myself, being on the other side of the shelf, you know. So she would have gone possibly there. I would have been able to sneak by her and get to the exit. So I had that false sense of having failed. But I'm fairly convinced the only way this can possibly play out is she goes through the door, she finds you, and then you get this exact scene. So it would have only made things worse for me to actually be here. Brilliant. They just psych you out. You have nowhere to run, and the only purpose of this entire experience is to freak you out because you know that you have absolutely nowhere to run, and that thing is a one-hit kill. I absolutely adore the sheer sadism of this move. Because they do nothing to you except for freaking you out. Incredible. Are there any advantages to using the sawed-off shotgun? You know, if it deals more damage at close range, I absolutely am willing to use that. But no, I think I should go with the regular shotgun anyway. It can deal a respectable amount of damage at a respectable range, I guess. You can't actually start aiming here? Okay. This all is the safe house. You can only start aiming once you're out here. Oh. You aim almost instantly with this thing, as long as you're not moving. It's not that bad. I think the sawed-off shotgun may ultimately just be terrible. Yeah, it presumably is gonna have a widespread. It's gonna work only if you're very, extremely close to the enemies. No, that's just the body's on fire. So all, in most circumstances, you'll be much better served just using the regular shotgun. But what do I know? Okay, this is roughly the area where we found Stevens. Poor lady. I guess we should try to take out the next Guardian. I'm not sure there are even any other threats available out there. Anything else for me to tangle with. I've pretty much killed everything that there was. That's basically everything. No. Can I go behind this? You bet. This is exactly where I will go. Presumably I can go down this street. That's something I haven't visited. But behind this, obviously. Over here? Should do that eventually. Around this end? Sure. And eventually I should finally go to the theater. Well, you know, I was supposed to go the entire time. I don't know what you find so amusing though, but... Okay, there are two little bits of oil. One is over there, one is over here. Hello. How are you doing this fine day? I wasted 2 bullets on that. I must find it insulting that the guy figured the firepower he needed was going to be covered by a regular shotgun. Well, if I only had the shotgun, I'd be able to take out these horrifying monstrosities. I don't know about that. Let's try to use explosive bolts and set the thing on fire once. Will that work out? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. How is that overturned oil drum not seeping oil everywhere? That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. Was there any other one? Well, I presumably should know ahead of time. That would help a lot. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I know that my good old regular parking lot was filled with these oil drums, wasn't it? Right? There's plenty of oil everywhere. And my plan was to drag a guardian here, wasn't it? Did I run around setting her on fire with a... I do have a short-term memory, don't I? Yeah, I do have a short-term memory. And yes, I did drag the guardian over here, setting everything on fire, blowing up the car. It has already happened in the past. We've been through this. It worked eventually. I mentioned, you know, setting the thing on fire thrice. And it was enough. Once I did it 3 times, of course. So I might have a rough time here. But yes, look at this. Look at all those rats. They have something to do with this, don't they? As we have seen. You could wonder, oh wait, was it all just an accident? Did that have nothing to do with things? Am I on crazy pills? Where is the oil drum? What? It was right there. Where is it? I mean, I set her on fire with that thing. Does it not respawn? Oh, that made you mad, didn't it? Have a face full of explosives, you beastie. Ow. Ah, I didn't switch. First of all, heal. In the field, out there. So you can, you know, get hit once more. Second of all, switch to this. Chink, chink, chink. Good stuff, yes. You use the shotgun to take that thing down. And of course, set another blaze once. Use copious amounts of explosive bolts, you know, that sort of thing. Is it worth it? I think it is. Because check it out, I have over 20k gel, now I can get bullet cascade. Oh yeah, pew pew pew. Let's see if there's anything else I can get from this place. Outside of, I don't know, satisfaction that I got knowing that I had an inkling we should have set the bodies alight. Do they not aggregate the bodies? I don't know, maybe they were supposed to be gone, but they're not. The alternative explanation would, of course, be that it doesn't work that way. That instead, it's the rats that coalesce into the Guardian. And that the bodies are incidental. They just provide them with an opportunity to just mesh together into that horrifying abomination. Some people I can help, some people I can't help. I was too late to save Stevens, but Sykes should be able to find a way out. The business district has for the most part been cleared out of threats both big and small. To watch me check the few remaining places and finally pay the theater a visit, see the next part of my playthrough of Evil Within 2. Thanks for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.